It's mussels stuffed with spicy rice, and you use the upper shell as a spoon. I would not say that there are any other medical benefits or nutritional value to this, but it is good for the soul. Welcome to part 2 of our favorite Turkish cuisines and some of the health benefits associated with the key ingredients associated with Turkish food. So let's jump right into it.
Ellerine sağlık.
Ellerine sağlık means health to your hands. And when you say afiyet olsun, bon appetit in Turkish, then to the chef you say ellerine sağlık, which is health to your hands.
What does afiyet olsun mean?
Bon appetit.
Enjoy. Yes.
Enjoy.
And what is it?
This is midye.
How do you eat it?
It's mussels stuffed with spicy rice. And the way that you eat it is first you douse it in lemon juice. And then you use the upper shell as a spoon to spoon it into your mouth. Okay, if there's any lemon remaining, you have to get that too.
We aren't health food nuts by any definition of the word.
No, Lorenzo is essentially addicted to sugar.
Yes, but we also like to dabble in, the less healthy options of this culture. For example, Scylla has an addiction to something called midye.
Midye.
And although these are bottom dwellers, they are not at the bottom of our heart. In fact, Scylla is obsessed with midye. It's the perfect seafood snack at the end of a day here in Turkey.
So, midye is essentially mussels that are stuffed with a spicy rice that you squirt lemon juice on. And you can find midye in any bustling town square or seaside escape where you're sitting on a seaside beach club. They will bring midye directly to you and you eat it. The thing that's a little bit concerning about midye, and that I would definitely caution any travelers when they first come to Turkey, we do not refrigerate the mussels. So imagine that you have mussels stuffed with spicy rice that are sitting out in the hot sun all day. I mean, again, mouth-watering.
Not uninsignificant. Not a risk of gastroenteritis for sure.
Not.
We definitely have to think a little bit carefully if you're going to eat a large amount of these, that you might have a little GI illness, nausea, maybe even some vomiting and diarrhea if you eat too much of this, and if you've had a batch that have been sitting out in the sun a little too long.
And especially if you have a more sensitive stomach, or if you are someone that hasn't traveled and your gut microbiome might not necessarily be adjusted to these different bacteria, I would caution you, have a couple. I want everybody to taste it. It is my absolute number one food in Turkey, but be cautious and try not to eat too many of them in one sitting. Even I, who have been eating these since I was a little kid, will try to stop myself at about 20 midye, which never works. I usually eat more than that.
Yeah.
But
I will say, if you have significant gastrointestinal pre-existing conditions, or if you are immune compromised, probably not a good idea. There is a risk of pathogens such as Vibrio vulnificus, Salmonella, E. coli, and hepatitis A. Really in all street foods, but especially with fish and seafood related foods. And so just take care when you think about this, but otherwise it is quite a delicious snack.
it really is.
My favorite. This is like,
I feel like
literally
we're saying
crave
that
about
everything is our favorite.
No, but this is my favorite.
My favorite.
Okay, so there's two favorites. There's the basic component like figs. I will just crush one fig after the other. But then the elaborated pastry favorite, there's different genres of favorite, is su börek. Börek, it means pastry. Su is water. So water pastry. These are just little sheets, very, very thin sheets of dough that are just baked to delicious, fluffy, moist, oily, watery consistency. And it's not a good description of it, but it's so delicious and tasty, and it's a great breakfast food.
We have a very strong börek culture here, which are savory pastries. You can get all different types, whether it's eggplant, cheese,
Eggplant,
spinach.
patlıcan, cheese, peynir, spinach, espanaklı.
Yes, Lorenzo's Turkish is becoming
Food-based.
very
Food-based.
food-based, but when you're here, if you're here, it is not healthy. We cannot give you any health benefits related to
It does have olive oil
but
in it.
It does have olive oil in it. But it's more food for the soul, if you know what I mean.
So the Turkish breakfast. See if you can hear me all over the sounds of the morning commute. Cheese water pastry, which is a million layers of very thin pastry cooked with some cheese with a lot of olive oil. You gotta get your tomatoes, your cucumbers, your peppers. You get the perfect proportion in one bite, and it's heaven. And then obviously you get your Turkiye, which is your Turkish style coffee, which I know as my cowboy coffee. It basically has the grounds in at the bottom, but it's made in a special way with sugar mixed in, and it's quite good. That's it. Our drink of choice, salty yogurt water. It's the best way I can describe it. It's very delicious.
And what would you say about Turkish fast food?
It's called kumpir. It's a baked potato with a ton of different toppings, which are basically all the mezes that you get at dinner, but just slopped onto the baked potato. And it's like Taco Bell meets Subway, but 10 times better. And Scylla has a counter argument.
So this is definitely fast food. It's essentially a loaded mashed potato, and in terms of nutritional value, for me training for a marathon, high carbs, that's basically it. I would not say that there are any other medical benefits or nutritional value to this, but it is good for the soul. And I just wanted to make the counter that for someone that loves Taco Bell bean burritos, it's my guilty pleasure. This is definitely healthier than that. And Subway, I don't even consider that real food, to be honest.
Show us the taste. Is it nice?
It was nice.
Is it just a baked potato though? Like, what is it?
It's a loaded baked potato.
Okay, tell us about kumpir.
Okay. Kumpir is a traditional Turkish kind of street food lunch item where it is a massive baked potato. We put cheese and a little bit of butter in it, and then you have all of your fixings and you can pick all the different toppings that you want. So I like to get things like mushrooms, haydari, we have a beet paste, we have a carrot-based paste, havuç tarator that I really like. Any of those things you put on top of it, it's nice and steamy and warm. You mix them together, you take a spoonful and you can see the cheese pulling up as you eat the baked potato.
Move out of the way, Taco Bell. Kumpir for the rescue.
So it's definitely a fast food, definitely not healthy, but equally delicious. And we do splurge on that sometimes.